Good day. I'm so glad you joined me. Welcome to this taster session of Your Superpower, Great Communication. My name is Heidi Molense. I'm a communication skills expert. I'm a multiple international award-winning coach, and I'm a performer as well. I've been performing for 30 years on stage and screen and radio, so you're in good hands. Insofar as communication goes, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. It's not who hears you, it's how they respond. You already have this superpower, and I'm going to help you start tapping into it. Let's go. So let's start with a part of communication that most people don't even give a second thought to, and that is the non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication, so that's your facial expressions, your body language, your posture, that makes up 55% of your communication. So follow along, do this. Sit up straight. Just sit up straight, engage that core a little bit, so that you don't collapse, and drop your shoulders. We carry so much stress and tension in our shoulders, and that's never attractive, right? So drop those shoulders. Now just take a light breath and out. Feels different, right? Good. This is non-verbal congruence. This is what we need to achieve for our body and our body language and our facial expressions to match our message. When there is congruence, magic can happen. And it helps you to trust yourself more. It signals to your subconscious mind that you are calm, that you are in control, that you are collected, and that you are present in the moment. And this is a great state to be in. And here's a fun one for you. Listen to the difference. Hi, my name is Heidi Molense, compared to hi, my name is Heidi Molense. The first one, I had an upward inflection in my voice. And the second one, a downward inflection. So the voice dropped at the end. Heidi Molense versus Heidi Molense. The first one is almost uncertain. It's like there's a question mark in my voice. And this is not a great way to engage in conversation, or if you're going to introduce yourself to someone. Surely you want to be sounding certain about your name. The second one is more grounded. It is more assertive without being in your face. And it spells a kind of a confidence and a pleasantness. So decide for yourself. How do you want to walk into a room? How do you want to introduce yourself to someone new? Next, let's talk about building rapport. Rapport is connection. It's when you just click with someone. So this is not something that happens, well, it shouldn't be left to chance. You should control this. And this is a skill that you can learn very easily. I delve very deeply into this during the full masterclass. So say this out loud. What I'm hearing is. What I'm hearing is. This phrase is a game changer for connecting, for building rapport. This means that you were listening to the person speaking to you. You were listening attentively. and you were listening between the lines. You know, we always say you can read between the lines. Well, you can also listen between the lines. This makes the other person feel heard, feel noticed, and feel valued. If somebody, for example, is freaking out, I'm having the worst day, I hate this city, I don't want to live here anymore, everybody's against me. What I'm hearing is that you are feeling anxious about how your day is going. What I'm hearing is that you need help with making sense of this moment, right? Anything like that. When you reflect somebody's feelings and their message back to them, that is an instant rapport builder, an instant connection builder. Conflict. Yes, I'm sure you have had your fair share of conflict in this life. Conflict resolution. It's not the conflict that's the problem. It's how we respond to it that could potentially be a problem. A great way to resolve conflict is to start by de-escalating it. De-escalation of the situation and the emotions by default. So a tip for you to use is to say, can we take a short break so that I can respond instead of react? Please, can we have a short break? Please, can I just step away from this situation for a moment? Please, can I just go out for a short while so that I can come back and respond instead of react? Game changer. That's one tip you can start implementing today in de-escalating conflict. That one line creates space for the emotions to just dissolve a little bit, to calm down, and for everybody to regroup and come back. And it doesn't have to be a long break, just a quick break for everything just to settle down. Be mindful that you don't say that in an aggressive way, but take a breath, be calm, and ask for this pause, this small break. Another great tool for resolving conflict is reframing. I'll give you an example to illustrate. If somebody says, "You're always criticizing me," you could respond with something like, "It sounds like feedback is very important to you. Can we sit down and discuss how we both receive it, how we both receive feedback?" That way you are creating space once again. That way you are making it about us and not just you and me. And that is great for resolving conflict. Yes, confidence. What sounds more confident? I believe it really matters. Or I believe it really kind of matters. Right? I said it both in the same way, with the same inflections and the same tempo, but the first one really just sounds more confident. I'm going to do it again. I believe this matters. I believe this kind of really matters, sort of. Right? There's the difference. Confidence is not about being loud. It's not about being obnoxious. It's not about being an outgoing person, introvert, extrovert, ambivert. Doesn't matter. What really helps for confidence is cutting the clutter. Cut the filler words. Cut the ums and the ahs and the sort of and the basically and what if and maybe and kinda and sorta. Be clear, speak in one straight line, and don't over-explain yourself. Over-explanation is not confident. Say it the way it is. I believe it really matters. Here's what you can do to help you with confidence. Stand up straight, plant your feet, the one next to the other, about hip distance apart. Take a deep breath and just ask yourself, what do I want them, the people that are listening to me now, to feel or understand? And then proceed from that place. Now you've grounded yourself. You've sent signals to your brain that everything is okay, that you are calm, that you are in control. And that is where confidence comes from. Regulate and reclaim. This is really about regulating your emotions and reclaiming your power or your space in this conversation or in the room. We've all had this where in a heated conversation or maybe even a conflict, we drive off, we leave, and half an hour later, we remember, this is what I wanted to say. This is what I should have said. Oh, I can't believe I didn't say this, that, and the other. This is how I wanted to say it. This is how I wanted to phrase it. That is because communication, and especially when it comes to conflict and resolving conflict or being in a situation that is really undesirable, our emotions take over. And when our emotions take over, our logic flies out the window. That's why only once we've calmed down and there was space between us and the situation, now we remember what we wanted to say. Then the logic kicks back in. So, how do you regulate your emotions during a heated conversation or an argument? We're going to use the anchor breath. That is breathing in for 4 counts, holding it for 4 counts, and then breathing out for 4 counts. So I'm going to do it. To illustrate, please join me. And out. This we can do while somebody else is talking. The anchor breath. And you don't have to do it so big and dramatically as we did it now. This was just for illustration purposes. Always good and preferable to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, right? So you can do it really subtly. But as soon as you've regulated your breath, the emotions will start regulating as well. And this was just a small sample of the 5 modules I cover in the Your Superpower Great Communication Masterclass. If you are someone who wants to speak clearly, listen deeply, and respond with strength and heart, this masterclass is definitely for you. Bring just yourself or your group. My contact details will be on the last screen of this video. You can email me directly or you can contact me through the contact form on my website. It's easy to use. Remember, your voice matters. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. That's me signing off. Thank you and goodbye from me, Heidi Molenza.